I think that we have to be data dependent, state dependent, patient, and we have to conduct the right analysis. And what do we look at? We look at two different markets. When I look, for instance, at demand, which is clearly a major factor on which monetary policy can have some impact, our demand in Europe is not a state of excessive demand as compared with the US, which is 30% above pre-pandemic levels. We are just about at pre-pandemic level here in Europe. When I look at the labor market, we are not experiencing anything like the Great Resignation, and our employment participation numbers are getting very close to the pre-pandemic level. So I think if only those two factors, if you look at them carefully, are clearly indicating that we're not moving at the same speed, and we are unlikely to experience the same kind of inflation increases that the US market has faced. I remind you that core inflation in the US is at 5.5%, when it is at 2.6% in the euro area. And as I said, we have a forward guidance which is it's a complicated one, granted, but it is pretty solid. We know what to look at, when to combine the three, and we will act. There's no question in my mind that once the criteria are satisfied, we will. But at the moment, they're not satisfied.
If I might just quickly follow up, we've just seen a Eurogroup meeting where they've been discussing adjustments to the fiscal rules in Europe. Do you fear that if there is a relaxation of the Growth and Stability Pact, that will push the ECB into a corner where you can't act on the basis of the data? You have to ultimately prop up countries like Italy and others in the Eurozone that maybe have weak sovereign debt profiles?
You know, I think the discussion that has now begun, and I was at that Eurogroup meeting and the subsequent ECOFIN meeting, which brings together 27 finance ministers, the discussion has just begun. And in my view, what will be critical and will be scrutinized by markets is how much consensus is there and how effective will the rules be that are decided ultimately by the leaders, I suppose, upon proposal of the finance ministers. And if there is an agreement about a deal that will provide for simple criteria, for efficient rules, that will be counter-cyclical in its impact, and hopefully will be associated with something that will not be the next generation EU, but some sort of fiscal capacity that is common to all euro area and possibly all European countries to respond to a crisis collectively, which has served all of us so well in the crisis. I think that that would be a very positive sign as far as markets are concerned. When I look at how welcome the bond issuance by the Commission has been on this common, I will not call it European bond because it is not, but it is a joint issuance of significant magnitude. There is appetite there to see a region that is stronger and more united in its response from a not just only monetary point of view, but fiscal point of view.